so that pays off. That is a nice way to keep her connected in the scene.
She's there in the background just rocking back and forth. You don't see the baby. You don't see her face. You just see fur and a little bit of movement in the thing behind her while they're smoking. And it was just kind of, I was like,
right.
That's cool.
But then after that, we go to an exterior shot of Camp 11.
It's an abrupt cut.
It is.
It is a really abrupt cut.
I do think that when you're watching that in the context of the film, this abrupt nature plays because that abrupt thing is like there's tension, there's threat. It's going right to it. I think that if you were to take a long establishing shot, it would take away the threat. But my problem with it was it's just another shot of trucks and cars zooming and going.
There's no urgency again.
Give me a shot of soldiers running down the hallway that take me to Hasline.
You literally see two people just standing in a doorway doing nothing as part of the shot.
Well, just to touch back, after the cigarette exchange, we do see Zira kind of chuckle at this moment, but it's the first time I've ever seen her give a kind chuckle. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a softness to Zira that I haven't really seen before outside of their moment in the holding room.
I have a feeling that Shelley wasn't ready for your witty japes right after she had Abby. She's like, "Shut your shit down, mister."
Shelley was very, very true to Shelley, but at the same time, she was not a stereotypical "I hate you." We didn't do that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, after you have a baby, you're kind of worn out.
How long was she in labor?
Oh God, I don't even know if she would remember now. It was a long one, and she did have Abby natural. But once you have that spinal thing that you can have, like
epidural,
I couldn't think of the term, that takes all the pain away, but it still does not keep you from being worn the F out.
I'm sure, yeah, you're still working.
But Zira actually does a moment where she cuddles baby Milo and she pets Milo, strokes Milo's head, and it was kind of sweet. And then the cut is now daytime. Like, we go from night lighting.
That was another thing too that kind of shocked me.
We'll give that a birth takes all night long, but I needed something to give me some type of dawn before just the cut. And Dane puts it in here. Cornelius returns the cigar to Mondo, who smokes it. Exterior Camp 11 day activities and indicates a state of emergency, which is vehicles coming and going.
I think that you could have that hard cut to a day shot again if it weren't this locked off one wide shot that they've used 3-4 times now, which obviously they did all this at once, probably, night into day, because it's the same shot. If it had been, again, show me soldiers, show me something other than trucks moving around. When it's just that wide shot of a car coming, it shows no urgency.
Well, we've already seen their idea of a state of emergency in the facility, and it's all the soldiers running to one area across the screen. They've only got one shot of Camp 11. Apparently, it's
That's
the gate.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the gate, and it's the same gate that they used to walk in and out of. I mean, it's not like it's
They didn't even move the camera setup. That's what I'm saying is that they went, okay, we need 7 shots of Camp 11 set up here.
I think we talked about this last week. It's all right, get 1 car going in, 2 cars going in, 3 cars. Now reverse it. Exactly. 1 going out, 2, 3.
So I would love to get those shots and almost superimpose them upon one another to see if they did move the sticks on that camera or not. But it doesn't look like it.
So we jump to the day, the gates open, and it's the same kind of production. We've got the 1 Jeep leaving and the 1 convoy right behind them. In the earlier shot, it was 1 Jeep and 2 convoys. This time it's the 1 Jeep and the 1 convoy. They're just reusing the same props to kind of make action happen. And then we have a green car, pull into the gate. So I'm wondering who is in this car. So I was looking at it as close as I possibly could. It's not Haslines. It's not Haslines. It's not Lewis's. Mm-hmm. It's not Dr. Dixon's. It's got some type of sign on the side like you would see that's selling something.
Okay.
Right? It's got a little white sign about maybe 3x2 on the side that'd be like, window cleaning services or something you would see driving down the street.
Did they just go to a local used car lot and pick up a car and not take the sign out?
I don't know. There's also a orange bumper sticker in the very small right corner of the bumper. And I'm looking in the vehicle, and to me it looks like 2 dudes in the front seat. My first thought is, okay, who's coming into the base? And my first thought is Hasline, Dixon. Those are the people I'm thinking coming into the base.
Right.
But as soon as we have this kind of moment where the vehicle pulls in and the gate shuts, we then cut to a military policewoman or military officer woman.
A messenger of some sort,
walking down a hallway with a piece of paper with some urgency.
How much of her do we get in this minute?
We get like 20 seconds of her.
Yeah, she walks in, drops off the message. And
that's in this minute?
Yeah.
Yeah. She walks down the hallway. She's got her
skirt and purse.
She's got her skirt, military cap. She's got a red band around her cap and a red arm sleeve. She's pulling something out of her purse as if it has some emergency. She walks down the hallway towards what was the interrogation room. She walks past the military police officer there. The secretary that we've seen in the previous scenes kind of oddly waves her into the office. She walks into the office. This is where the audience who's been listening to this minute heard Hassline shouting.
But I thought that Eric Braeden finally, he's always been this very nonplussed speaking.
Yeah, very much so.
Suddenly, and I wish he had a little bit of that piss and vinegar before, so it at least showed the duality. Those kind of characters, Darth Vader can be terrifying because he goes and cracks somebody's neck at the first of it, but then he looks over at somebody and can speak, and he's just there. And you show that duality of those places. You don't know where the safe zone is. Hassline has been all, straight line all the way across. So it would have been nice to have these ups and downs.
Well, this was his first big up.
Yes,
right.
Without question.
This yelling at the captain is his first big up. And the fact that it wasn't in Dane's script tells me something about what they wanted to get out of the scene. Like, this is the first moment that Braeden had to be this loud, and it wasn't there before. Right. So this is them kind of improvising this moment. Otherwise, we might not have had this urgency.
It's a very relaxed scene if Hassline's not
but
worked up.
Hassline wants something from Dixon, which is why he kind of calms down. What I find interesting is Dixon is like, I've never examined her, but it appears, as I say, in a week to 10 days' time. So he's stalling. Lewis is now like, I don't know, maybe in a little while.
It would have been interesting if you saw Hassline actually looking more haggard, like his tie is down, his hair's messed up, he's going over papers and stuff like that, rather than just yelling at people.
Right.
But it's almost like Lewis should have said, he says appearance to say a week to 10 days time, which is enough time for the circus to leave or to move on,
right,
or to do something else,
just lose the baby,
or lose the baby, lose the apes. But it doesn't work for Hassline. Well, if it's that close, she can't have gone far. And it's almost like Hassline should go, apes have a gestation period of 3 years. It would have been nice if his time frame actually kind of makes Hassline even more worried that they're close by.
Yeah, well, the whole pinpointing the date. What propels him to need to pinpoint the date? What tells him they killed an orderly, they've escaped, and now he knows to pinpoint the date of the birth of the baby? He shouldn't. Why is he thinking about that? Because to him, what information has Zara given about the baby that makes him think she's that far along? Because to us, we still thought oh, wait, you're pregnant? Oh, it's going to be here in a few hours? Why does he suddenly, as a character, believe, we need to pinpoint the date of the birth? What? He shouldn't. This is, once again, to me, a moment where that character shouldn't kind of be in that conversation. He's in the conversation by the convenience of the moment of the script because we need him to be there. Not that he should know it. He has no physical proof that there's been a birth. None. Why is he asking these questions?
Because he's concerned about the birth.
Bullshit.
No, well, that's what he wants to stop. He wants to stop. He wants to kill the two apes.
That would be, if that was his... Go ahead.
But he wasn't allowed to kill the two apes. He's allowed to kill the baby, not the two apes.
If his point had been, we must stop them, we must have this before the birth has occurred, and then Lewis kind of goes, and puts a finger...
We still got some time for that.
But why is he suddenly convinced that the baby's been born? He shouldn't know this.
Gesundheit.
Good morning, JJ.
So E2... I don't know why they call them E. Extra,
and I'm sorry, where does this minute end?
One.
What's
it ends with a Hassline looking at the map saying we've searched these and kind of in the middle of a sentence. So, I know the areas that we've established, kind of. That thing.
Right. All right, so we got kind of ahead of ourselves there. The conversation was so great that we jumped to tomorrow. Sorry about that. I'll try in the editing process to extract it, but...
So Hassline's yelling a lot.
Yeah,
and we stop in the middle of Hassline yelling.
Yeah, so Hassline's and looking at a map as we end this minute, yes.
Yeah. That was kind of the funny thing was I had the panic of, I think we're into tomorrow's minute. About 2/3 of the way through that, then all of a sudden I saw Richard's eyes kind of go, wait.
So I'm looking at my time notes and I'm like, oh wait, that's it's Tuesday. But so we do get the Jeeps coming in.
Yes.
We get the random vehicle that makes no sense that I'm trying to pay attention to who it is.
Right.
We get the random officer woman walking through, getting waved in. She walks into the office, and Hasline is yelling at the captain.
He's losing his shit.
He's losing his shit.
That map has nothing.
Shit is lost.
But it's nice to hear him losing his shit.
Yeah. But what? And I can say this for this minute, it wasn't scripted.
Well,
All right.
There we go. All right, so that's minute 76 in the books. If you're enjoying what you hear, we ask you to please go out to your favorite podcasting app, whatever it is you use, and rate us, review us, put something out there. And if you can do that for us and send us a screen grab of that, we'll read your review on the air. I know people like to hear the names on the air. I like to hear it. But that helps the algorithms of the Googles of the world and all those kind of things help and feed us out into the world and other people to find us. We would appreciate that. Anyway, for Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.